Assalamu alaikum everyone, it's me Nabila Mushtaq Ali. Today I represent my topic microarray of gene technology and its application and functional genomics. Now I am moving to the next slide to start the video. Microarray of gene technology. A DNA microarray, also commonly known as DNA chip or biochip, is a collection of microscopic DNA spots attached to a solid surface. Scientists use DNA microarrays to measure the expression level of a large number of genes simultaneously or to genotype multiple regions of a genomes. Now I am moving to the types of microarray of gene technology. There are three types of microarray of gene technology. Number 1, microarray expression analysis. Number 2, microarray for mutation analysis. Number 3, comparative genomic hybridization. Now I briefly describe the types of the microarray of gene analysis. Number 1 type is microarray expression analysis. In this experimental setup, the cDNA derived from the messenger RNA of known gene is immobilized. The sample has gene from both the normal as well as the disease tissues. Spots with more intensity are obtained for diseased tissue gene. If the gene is overexpressed in the diseased condition, this expression pattern is then compared to the expression pattern of a gene responsible for a disease. The number 2 type of microarray of gene analysis is microarray for mutation analysis. For this analysis, the researchers use gDNA. The genes might differ from each other by as less as a single nucleotide base. A single base difference between two sequences is known as single nucleotide polymorphism, and detecting them is known as S&P detection. The third type of microarray of gene analysis is comparative genomic hybridization. It is used for the identification and the increase or decrease of the important chromosomal fragments harboring genes involved in a disease. In the next, I am moving to the application of microarray of gene technology. Number 1 is gene discovery. DNA microarray technology helps in the identification of new genes now about their functioning and expression level under different conditions. Number 2 is disease diagnosis. DNA microarray technology helps researchers learn more about different diseases such as heart disease, mental illness, infectious disease, and especially the study of cancer. Until recently, different type of cancer has been classified on the basis of the organs in which the tumors develop. Now, with the evolution of microarray technology, it will be possible for the researcher to further classify the types of cancer on the basis of the patterns of gene activity in the tumor cell. This will tremendously help the pharmaceutical community to develop more effective drugs, as the treatment strategies will be targeted directly to the specific type of cancer. Number 3 application is drug discovery. Microarray technology has extensive application in pharmacogenomics. Pharmacogenomics is the study of correlations between the therapeutic responses to drug and the genetic profile to the patients. Comparative analysis of the genes for a diseased and a normal cell will help the identification of a biochemical constitution of the protein synthesized by the diseased gene. The researchers can use the information to synthesize drugs which combat with these proteins and reduce their effects. Number 4 application is toxicological research. Microarray technology provides a robust platform for the research of the impact of toxins on the cells and their passing to the progeny. Toxicogenomics establish correlation between responses to toxicants and the change in the genetic profiles of the cell exposed to such toxicants. Now I am discussing the second application of microarray gene technology. Number 1. Gene expression analysis. Gene expression analysis is most simply described as the study of the way genes are transcribed to synthesize functional gene products, functional RNA species or protein products. The study of gene regulation provides insights into normal cellular processes such as differentiation and abnormal or pathological processes. In this application, RNA is extracted from the cell of interest and either labeled directly, converted to a labeled cDNA, or converted to a T7 RNA promoter tailed cDNA, which is further converted to cRNA through the Aberrine amplification process. Van Gelder in 1990, a wide variety of methods have been developed for labeling of the cDNA or cRNA, including incorporation of fluorescently labeled nucleotide during the synthesis, incorporation of biotin labeled nucleotide which is subsequently stained fluorescently labeled streptavidin, incorporation of a modified reactive nucleotide to which a fluorescent tag is added later, and a variety of signal amplification method. An early review of different labeling methods is providing in richer in 2002. The two most frequently used methods are the incorporation of fluorescently labeled nucleotide in the cRNA or cDNA synthesis steps of the incorporation of a biotin labeled nucleotide in the cRNA synthesis steps as is done by Affymetrix. Gene expression analysis via microarrays. RNA is isolated for the sample of the interest and enriched for messenger RNA. In eukaryotes, poly A-tailed messenger RNA are typically enriched using affinity purification with oligo-DT beads or columns. In prokaryotes, unselected RNA is typically duplicated for ribosomal sequence using beads or column coated with the sequence complementary to 16 seconds. After message enriched RNA is in hand, it is optimally amplified and labeled by any one of several methods, and the resulting labeled sample is hybridized to a microarray. The array is washed to remove unbound sample. If the sample was labeled with biotin, the array is post-stained with fluorescently labeled streptavidin and washed again. The array is then scanned to measure fluorescence signal at each spot on the array. In this figure, you can see that population of cell of interest. First, then it isolate the RNA. In the next, enrich of messenger RNA, then amplify RNA optional, and then it convert to fluorescently labeled CNA, then convert to fluorescently labeled cRNA, convert to biotin labeled cRNA, directly label the RNA with fluorescent tags, and then hybridize to array and wash, post stand optical, and then scan. In the next, transcription factor binding analysis. In molecular biology, a transcription factor or sequence-specific DNA binding factor is a protein that controls the rate of transcription of genetic information from DNA to messenger RNA by binding to a specific DNA sequence. Microarrays have also been used in combination with chromatin immunoprecipitation. Solomon in 1988 to determine the binding site of transcription factor, Horrock and Sander in 2002, Layer in 2001. Transcription factor often bind quite a distance away from the genes that they regulate the design of the array and size distribution of the fragment length or interrelated. Example, the array must contain probes that will interrogate the region of DNA bound to the transcription factor. For bacteria or yeast, the intergonic regions are small, and the same eras used of gene expression work can be applied to chip type. For mammalian genomes, The intergenic regions are large and the transcription factor often bind many kept away from the gene of interest. Hence, for mammalian genomes, oligoarrays with oligos spaced evenly across the entire genomes are typically used for chip-chip experiments. In the last, we will discuss the genotyping. Genotyping is the process of determining differences in the genetic makeup genotype of an individual by examining the individual's DNA sequence using biological assays and comparing it to another individual's sequence or a reference sequences. Microarrays have been widely used as single nucleotide polymorphism genotyping platforms. Several alternative approaches have been used to detect SNPs, but the most common used are alleles discrimination by hybridization as used by Affymetrix Wenge in 1998, allele specific extension and ligation to a barcode oligo which is hybridized to a universal era, the Illumina Golden Gate assay PANET in 2003, or approaches in which the array DNA is extended across the SNP in a single nucleotide extension reaction, the array primer extension assays of Kragdale in 2000, or the Infinium assays of Illumina Grandson in 2006. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you like it. If you have any question, then ask to me in the comment section, and for more videos to subscribe my channel. Thank you.